Hey, we find the birches back. So I'm already Alice Springs, so I'm so lucky. But as you can see, it's really cold and windy outside. That's why I'm here. And last week I just drove about 2,000 kilometers and went through the Tanami road, which was really tricky. And I had lots of trouble with my car and almost ran out the diesel. So that was crazy. Let's see. So, as I told you, I left Broome and the first stop was Fitzroy Crossing. I had a meeting with someone, but they just cancelled it, so I had not much chance to stay there. There is nothing, so I just drove through. Almost reach House Creek, but before that I stopped and stay overnight there. I was a little bit worried because the weather is become much more wet. I'm just a little bit worried because getting rainy, which is the worst scenario. Next day I reached House Creek and I got fuel and I just drive around the area and that was nothing special. I'm ready to go. I'm just get a diesel and I'm start the Tanami road. After that I tried to start the Tanami and just saw a sign. It means it's more than 1,000 kilometers the first fuel station, and then realized that I had no enough, so I had to go back to Horse Creek and get some extra fuel. I found other cherry can and bottles and everything to get me more. And finally I start my journey. First up was Wolf Creek, which is a pretty nice place, and there is a huge crater, and that's a pretty interesting, and I enjoyed it, and I take some drone footage. So the first plan was staying there overnight, but I was a little bit worried because the road was already flooded and some part was a little bit tricky, and I was really worried about that because nobody there. If I stuck, I can't do anything about that. Na, hát ez már egy finomabb sztori, úgyhogy de low range-be rakjuk. So I decided to leave that place and keep going, and that was a pretty good decision, because after that I saw behind me was a huge rain. That day I just reached the border and I cross Northern Territory. I decided to stop there before dark because the road was really bad, and some part, you know, the water already on the road, and but luckily I can escape, and I couldn't stuck there. The night was tricky because I tried to open my tent, but that was a huge storm, you know, really scary because the first village was about 500 km back and 300 forward, so that was really a scary moment because I couldn't meet nobody on the road. So I slept in my car, and next morning I just drove further. Then something happened. My engine just became weaker and weaker, and it wasn't really good noise, and I didn't know what's going on. Till that time I couldn't meet anyone. You know, I drove 500 k's and nobody on the road. That was really scary. And it seems to me, maybe just a secondary filter has a problem. That was a wire which was broken. Just fix it and try to check the system. You know, is no air there. You know, and after that it looks like pretty good. So I'm just left, and I was happy to continue my journey. But after 60 k's, just the same problem became again. So I was really upset. Then I just tried to check the car and figure out what's the problem, getting better, but after 20k had to do the same. So, you know, you can imagine 500k before Alice Springs is not really good sign. I was really scared about the situation. Kávé, my coffee, aztán kezdjük meg a pumpálást. Finally, I reached the first place where I had a chance to get some fuel, and that was about 950 k's, which is, you know, that was crazy because almost ran out the diesel, and I was so pleased when I reached that place. And you know, when I was on the sealed road, after that the engine was a little bit better. So after 17 hours I reached finally Alice Springs. So I'll be there to my friends and spend a couple of days there. But you know, till the time my car died. So I'm stuck again, and I'm told here I'm in a holiday park at the moment. I'm waiting for my service, so it will be next week, and I have no idea what's going on with my car. So this is it.